fragrance friends, it's Six Pack Sarah, your Scentsy fragrance consultant. Today I am bringing to you what I've emptied out for the month of August. We've got some Scentsy, we've got some vendor items, and I don't believe I have any candles yet, but I'm like on my last burn for one right now as we speak. So it's sort of an empty, but I'm not going to show you quite yet. I do have a candle video coming up to switch out summer candles and move into fall candles, which is exciting. So make sure you have subscribed so you can come back and find that video easily. But if you want to see what I used up in August, keep watching. Okay, first let's quickly go over my numbers for the month. How did I do bringing in versus bringing out? I am in a goal to use up more than I purchase as far as number of items. Because, space is limited and I have plenty already, so I don't really need to purchase more than I'm using. Well, let's look at the numbers. Okay, so for Scentsy, I brought in this month 59 bars. That was way more than I expected, partly because of the clearance sale, which I posted my haul a few days ago. Check that out if you haven't. And partly because the Scentsy family reunion items that were giveaways are in there, so that added to the number. And I did go ahead and purchase the Scent of the Month kit. That's for September, but that's an August purchase. And that does include 8 bars at a discounted price for consultants, so that's a nice perk. And I decided that I might actually like that one enough to have more than 1 bar, so I went ahead and grabbed the kit. That will come soon and I will sniff through that with you. And if you need any samples from me as your consultant, let me know. Okay. And then I used up 21 bars. I did hope I would use a little more, but considering how much I was traveling this month, that was pretty good. So, and there was quite a few scents that ended up lasting longer than the 24 hours that I expect a scent to last. So I just kind of left them in. So that was good. And then for vendor wax, I purchased 12 items. They were all from Lavender and Speckles, and they're all like fall scents. I didn't have too many fall from her, and a lot of them just sounded right up my alley. A lot of fall bakery, which Scentsy has a lot of wonderful fall scents, but not as many on the fall bakery. So I wanted some variety there. I used up 14 vendor items. So that was 2 more than I brought in. So there's a good trend there as opposed to the Scentsy items. So some good things, some not so good. I did use up enough Rose Girls that when my last order came just yesterday, my numbers are still under my goal. So that was a really good thing. I've had the hardest time keeping my Rose Girls numbers under control. Although Lavender and Speckles is up there, getting up there too with my needing to be careful. So yeah, look for my Rose Girls haul video coming in a few days. And let's get into what I actually do. Alright, I've got my basket here. We're going to do the Scentsy bars first. Alright, in no particular order, I used up Happy Birthday. We didn't even have a birthday this month. We have a lot of birthdays because there's 8 people in my family. But I went ahead and used that up. It's great as a yummy bakery mixer or on its own, and I think I used it both ways. I was really craving that one. Used up Satin Sheets. I've been using this for probably 15 years. I love that, and I started mixing with that one this month. Usually I just use it on its own, but I had fun mixing with that one. I used up Harry Potter Wizarding World. This one's pretty okay, but it's a little too cologne-y for me, so I don't usually put it on in my living areas. I used it in my son's bedroom. See how juicy it is? I've had it for a while, since 2022. Anyway, and I put it on in his room and told him about it, and he was like, "What? I didn't even smell anything." But it's not actually a light scent. I don't know. At least to me, it's pretty strong. So I finished it off mostly in my garage because I actually didn't mind walking into my garage and smelling like a cologne-ish type scent. So, also from Harry Potter, the Honeydukes collection, I used up Fizzing Whizbees. This one is a unique scent, but I really do love it. And I use this in my son's room too, since he's my Harry Potter kid. And he always comments. He's always so happy when I put them in his room. So that one gets a spot in my club. The other licensed bar I used is Disney's Walt Disney World Signature Treats Candy Apple Delight. How's that for a name? Anyway, this came out last fall, and last fall I was basically opposed to it. I didn't really like it. It's almost body care to me. I don't know, something. I really like caramel apple craze. That's one is wonderful for me, and this one just doesn't quite pass my muster, so I'm glad to have used that one up. But I did mix it with Red Delicious today, and that smelled really a lot better for me. Alright, I used up Berry Bright. I was so happy the day I finished this off. Not because I finished it, but I just loved smelling it so much. So this one is probably one of my favorite berry scents. I also used up Jam and Jubilee, which in many ways is similar to Berry Bright. It's just a little bit different in the profile of the fruit. They're both in my club, but this one would get cut first. In fact, it might be on the chopping block. I still really like it, but between the two of those, I'm going to pick Berry Bright for sure. Sun-ripened raspberry, or sun-ripened berry, is also a little bit similar, but this one's more like body care. Like, this is a little bit more like Bath and Body Works. The raspberry, I forget what it's called. Body care they have. That I think it's one they bring back now. That one's okay. I did enjoy it when I was warming it, but it's not my favorite. I used up lemon sorbet. I may have mixed lemon sorbet with sun-ripened berry to kind of give it a little different feel, less body care, but I used lemon sorbet a lot on its own, probably mixed it with Happy Birthday. I also used up pineapple mango. I use up about a bar per summer in our bathroom, pairing it with my Bath and Body Works pineapple mango soap. So it's in my club in case it doesn't come back next year, but I'm pretty sure I'll only get one bar if I even decide to get a bar. My performance with it this year wasn't as great as I wanted. Sometimes I would walk in the bathroom and not be able to smell it, but then later I'd walk back in and I could smell it. So I don't know, it was kind of annoying, if you know what I mean. I also used Quaint Country Rain a lot in that bathroom, and this is so hard to describe. I think when I first put it in the warmers, I don't like it as much as later on, and I think I'm smelling the later on right now. I really like that. So it must be the base notes that I like. But I think I'll get one more, and then I'm supposed to take it out of my club, and we'll see if that happens. We'll see if panic wins out over budget, right? Marshmallow Mint is a really good bring back my bar from this summer. This recently has gone away again. When I first got my bar, and I ordered it, I was like, do I like this as much as I thought I did? But then I warmed it, and I was like, yes, I do. So, my stack of mint bars in my club are growing because I am a mint fan. Sparkling Magnolia I used up. I got this one in January of 2023 because they had a clearance update then, and I grabbed a bunch of them. So it's not in my club anymore, but it is one of probably my top 3 florals. Oh well. Pistachio Ice Cream I used up. This was also from that Bring Back My Bar round this summer. I decided I liked Knoll's Farm Scents pistachio ice cream more. That's one of the vendors that I'm purchasing from occasionally. So I decided to not put that one in my club, but I do enjoy it. Rainbow Red. This is a nice strawberry scent. Personally, I wish there was less watermelon in it. But it is nice and bright and fruity. And that one goes really good with Happy Birthday too. I really like to make like a strawberry cake that way. Again, it would be nice for me if it had less watermelon, but that's okay. Cocoa Lime. That's a good one with the lime and the coconut. I don't like coconut, but I don't think of that as coconut. It's just like a nice creaminess to the lime. Strawberry lemon cake. I love this one a lot. I do use more wax than most of my bars with this one because it's a little bit lighter, but it's like just makes me so happy. Even happier than Berry Bright. So those are two of my favorite summer bars. Toasted caramel sugar. I used this one. I mixed it with Around the Campfire. I just do a little tiny bit of Around the Campfire and a lot of toasted caramel sugar, but it's like a nice toasty marshmallow. And then I forget what else I mixed it with, but I mixed it with something else and I really enjoyed that. But it's also really good on its own. It's coming as a brick for this brick season, for the Christmas bricks. I'm really excited, and I only have less than a bar left, but I'm gonna buy definitely one brick and put it back in my club. Vanilla Rose. This one's not for me. No, it's technically a decent rose scent. I know that if I liked rose more, it would be a good one. But for example, I walked into the kitchen and apparently someone had left the basement door open, and I didn't realize it and I didn't know what was going on, and I thought, the windows are open, is there some like rotting flower outside or something? And then I looked at the basement door and I was like, oh yeah, I put Vanilla Rose in the basement and it was wafting up. There was one cube in a full-size warmer and one cube in a mini warmer way across the house, like way at the end of the basement, and it was just wafting up the stairs. So it performs well, but it's just not for me. And the last Scentsy bar I used up is Mojito Mambo. This, if you saw my Let's Dance wax collection, this one is of that collection. So I used up my older bar that I got, I think it was in a clearance sale in, I can't see the month, but 2023. And I kind of drew it out through that time because I just enjoyed it and I didn't want it to be gone. So yeah, now I have more, and that one is my club-worthy scent of that box. Okay, I thought there was in here. I finished up a tester of Around the Campfire. Like I said, mixing it with toasted caramel sugar. This is pretty good as a smoky scent, but they did not bring it back. So that's sad. But it's mostly sad because I cannot use like more than, like, I can't even use a whole bar in a year because I just use tiny bits at a time. So after I get more than 2 or 3 bars, I'm gonna have to take it on my club. So hopefully my friends help me and purchase it off of me to share the wealth. Okay, I'm gonna sort out these vendor items and then we will go over what I used up for vendor. First, I'll show you I used up my Grace and Ivy Candle Company Coconut Lime Verbena. This is like their sample size. There was 5 little heart pieces in there. It really does smell just like Bath & Body Works Coconut Lime Verbena, which is what I wanted it to. Yeah. So I have not been impressed with this wax in the past, either the scent profile or I don't like the consistency of the wax either. But this one was worth it. Like, I really enjoyed it. I might have enjoyed it more than the hand soap that I was using in the same bathroom. And I even went on the website to look to see if they had it. And this one and their Great Outdoors grass scent. I looked for both of those. They only had one, I think. I think it might have been this one, but they don't have it in the... I don't know. Either it was sold out or something. Okay, let's go over Lavender and Speckles next. I finished up Blackberry Jam Cookie Cornbread. I don't like this one in the clamshell. This is weird to me. Actually, it has the same type of honey that I got from the Scentsy, the pecan bar from the Harvest collection. That's what it kind of reminded me of. But that one's not the honey scent, so that was weird. But in the warmers, I enjoyed it a lot more. And I believe I might have added some pie crust when I used it this last time, because pie crust makes everything better. Sweet lemon pound cake. Funny story. Well, first of all, why do I have a tiny bag? This is my Customs. It's very similar to her regular frosted lemon pound cake, but a little more vanilla cake or whatever in it. So the funny story is I tested out Lemon Drop It Low, which I was very excited for. Really wanted to love it so much. I get a weird like green leafy note from it or something like that. And I put it in my kitchen hoping I would get more of the lemony scent when I warmed it. Especially because I had my daughter smell it and she's like, oh yeah, this is a great lemon scent. And I'm like, well, don't you smell that green leafy thing? She's like, I don't know what you're talking about. So the lemon part of it is good, but I'm not sure about the green leafy part, and I do smell it on warm. Then I walked into my office that I'm in right now after putting this on, and I smelled this one. I'm like, okay, no, this is way better. We're sticking with this one. Like, why would I even want Lemon Drop It Low if this is what makes me happy? I think it's because I was so hopeful for it. Like, I still am having a hard time saying, yeah, I can just let that go. But the idea is I'm going to stick to frosted lemon pound cake and sweet lemon pound cake because I like those a lot better. Another one of my customs was Roasty Toasty Marshmallows. I used this during the month. Also pretty good, but not quite as good as sweet lemon pound cake. I used up my sample of blueberry muffin. My mom used a little bit of it, but she left me she left me some, so I used that. Blueberry muffin and it's okay. It's fine. I'm not offended by it, but I'm not like, oh, that was amazing. Strawberry Patch Dessert was another of my customs. So instead of putting my entire giant customs bag in my melting basket, I just use one or two shapes in a bag. Words of a Gentleman was a sample. So I kept telling myself this one was really light and I wanted to be able to smell it. And at first when I put it in the warmer, I was like, kind of light. Not sure if I smell it. It kept going, and then I would smell it like more. Like, I think it got stronger after a day, and it just kept going. I took it out this morning, but I wasn't even sure if it was done. So I do like that one. And it's a little... I don't know. It's By the Fireplace and Cashmere Cedar and Marshmallow Fireside. I don't usually like cedar, and a lot of the smoky marshmallow scents are like, oh, I don't know if I should do that. I don't know, I love that one. The Wedding Cakes. This one, my mom says smells just like her mom's was baked when she would make her wedding cakes. I don't know. It smells different to me. I think it's the bourbon infused marshmallows that throws me off, but that one isn't a repurchase for me, but it should be. It should be amazing. So, those are the lavender and speckles I used up. Then I got my big stack of Rose Girls, keeping me on track. Tiffany's Strawberry Smoothie. This is strawberry jam cupcakes at Tiffany's and marshmallow smoothie, and that was a win for me. That was, well, maybe my favorite from the sampler. There was one that I am hoarding because I also like that one. I think that this scent is going to be easier to reproduce, even if I just do fresh picked strawberries and cupcakes at Tiffany's. But anyway, I really enjoy it, that one. From the strawberry sampler. This was also from the strawberry sampler. Strawberry Sunrise. This one is Satsuma, vanilla frosting, and strawberry jello. This was okay. It was a little too like sour for me because it's a strawberry scent. But it was like strawberry or like jello scent, like that bright berry jello that you get. It was decent. I wouldn't go out of my way to repurchase it. This one is coconut strawberry cake at Luke's. It's from the Luke's Diner sampler though, but a strawberry one. Strawberry pound cake, coconut cream pie, and Luke's Diner. I don't like coconut, but this one wasn't too coconutty with the other notes in there, so that one was pretty good. But of the three, the Tiffany's strawberry smoothie would be my favorite. I used up I Seriously Love You. It's a nice cereal, like a Fruit Loops type of scent. The other one, Serial Killer, is the next one I have up, and I think I like either of them. I could go either way. I used up Kokomo. I also used... No, I didn't. Okay, Kokomo, I had Strawberry Pound Cake Kokomo. I believe that's the one. And I really, really, really liked that one. But then Kokomo on its own wasn't my favorite. So I actually ended up a few times this month. I took my Candle Crock jar and I just mixed together random scents that I wasn't fully in love with on their own. And I just put them together. And it was like always a nice blend of everything. So that worked really well for me to just blend. And I blended Scentsy, Rose Girls, Lavender and Speckles, like everything, anything together that I just felt like blending. So that was a fun experiment. Boardwalk Betty. This one also, I had Lemon Betty and I love that one. So I tried Boardwalk Betty when I couldn't get Lemon Betty. And it's decent, but the Boardwalk Marshmallow Clouds isn't really my favorite. So it was okay, but I won't go out of my way to get that one. However, jumping on heart-shaped clouds, which is very similar to Boardwalk Betty. This one has strawberry pound cake on it, and that makes all the difference in the world to me. I put it often in my girls' room, and then every time I do, I'm like, what is that amazing smell coming from their room? So this one I would pick up again. I don't think I would go out of my way to just go get it, but if I was ordering anyway, I would definitely add that one to my cart. Sugar Cookie Dough Waffle Cone Wackadoodle. That one is really hard to say. It's sugar cookie dough, waffle cone, monster cookie, and royal sugar cookies. On cold, this one is like, okay, that's fine, but whenever I warmed it, it's like, that's amazing. So similar to jumping on heart-shaped clouds, if it's there when I'm ordering, I would get it. But I don't think either one would be the scent that makes me go, I have to order no matter what. So, would any of them be that? Maybe Tiffany's Strawberry Smoothie I would, but I think all of them would just be add-ons rather than the reason I order. Okay, so those are my vendor wax items. Those are my Scentsy items. We're going to keep on keeping on. For next month, I'll show you my melting basket soon. I'm actually going to do like a all fall melting basket. But I was like, but I'm starting fresh in fall. What am I going to use up during the month of fall? Because I often just like rotate a lot of little things instead of using up one whole something at a time. But then I made a list of all the Scentsy bars that I'm like getting close to the end of that aren't fall specific. They might be bakery, they might be like great for the bathroom or whatever. And I had like 20 bars on there or something. So I should have a decent Empties next month too. Cross my fingers. And hopefully I can be careful about ordering. But I do want to order a few of the new catalog scents I'm excited for. And just a couple of the staples, like Winterberry Apple Tea. I only have one bar, and I get addicted to that in the fall. Even though it's a good winter scent too, I get addicted in the fall. So some will be coming in, but stay tuned next month. Subscribe so you don't miss it, and we'll see how I do by the end of another month on my numbers. Thanks for watching. We'll see you later. Bye.